What's going on, guys? I'm going to be explaining the meaning of the song On Everything by DJ Khaled and feat Big Sean, Travis Scott, and Rick Ross. The voice in the background, you can hear it like say, it's a evil or something like that. You can hear it say that. So this is your forever. It's your everything. Once you go to judgment and get judged by God, this life is everything. And then he says, yeah, if I ever. So I think he's saying, if I ever die, if that eternity ever comes, heaven or hell. And then he says, I move on to better things, because he doesn't want to think about that. Because, you know, when they sell their soul, they probably get told that they're gonna, or they probably think to themselves that they're gonna go to hell. And then they get told that they're gonna go to hell and stuff. So they move on to better things. They just want to ignore it and be like, and have hope and make sure that, and want to know. And then he starts thinking about, I just copped a mansion for my son and everything. So he thinks about that so he can forget about his eternity. So he can forget about where he's going to go when he dies. Here's Big Sean. I took my life and bossed it up. I took the risk, coin tossed it up. So I took my life, I sold my soul, and made it better. Got everything that he's ever wanted, because all his albums are about like finally famous. He's always wanted to be famous and stuff. Explains that in the songs. I took the risk, so it's a risk. He says it right there. He says that it was a risky thing. It was not a good. It was a bad decision. Coin tossed it up. Either he was thinking like, oh maybe, or he just coin tossed it up. He was like, whatever. I just want to be famous. If I have to sell my soul, whatever, I don't care. So I just coin tossed it up. What are we gonna get? You know, I just left work to work some more. I'm still a workaholic. I done sacrificed it all. So he sacrificed his life. You know, they always say that in rap music. Like, why do they say that, you know? What are you sacrificing? You're just rapping. Doesn't make any sense. Paid the dues and costs. Yeah, he did. Life will test us all. Let's see if we true or false. So, yeah, life, for the wise know that life is a test. So, to test to see where we're going to go when we die. It's God's decision. And it's a test. So it's test us all. Let's see if we true or false. Let's see if we're good or evil. Let's see if we're worthy to go to heaven. Righteous. I walk up to my fate and stared that in the face. And then he's all for God and stuff. But then he says, no mercy, no grace. So that's not a righteous thing to do. So he even says in this song too, not just in that themed song about light like I just did, but he says in this song too. This song's all about, you know, having everything, gang life and having what you want, but then regretting it too and stuff. And I realized all I ever need was in me. Yeah, it's not materialistic stuff, not anything that you hold in your hand that's on this world or whatever. It's in the inside. It's your spirit. It's your soul. And they said, S on my chest, boy, so shots can't even pinch me. S, you know, well, of course he's gonna say that and not anybody else. Not Travis Scott, not Rick Ross, not DJ Khaled. Of course he's gonna say that, and no other rapper or anything. His last name's Sean, so you got the S, but the S would stand for Satan. S on my chest, because Satan owns him, and it's either on your God side or you're on Satan's side, and you get health from either one. But most people, 98 or 99% of people in this world don't have health from either. That's why everybody's dying from cancer and all these different things, because nobody has a side. Nobody's chose God. Nobody's chose Satan. But there is, of course, there's quite a few occultists, and then there's Lots of true Christians trying to people be righteous and stuff. But most people aren't. So they're in the middle. And I saw this TV show, and they're like, why isn't there a middle place? Because that would make no sense. And plus, most things are done in deuces, twos, or whatever. And, 3, just, no. It's either heaven or hell. Middle place just wouldn't make sense. So either you get health from God or you get health from Satan. So he protects his health. Of course shots are it's gonna be something spiritual that happens for them not to hit him. Or Satan will do something so you can't get shot. No substitute for me, but they gonna still tempt me. God is in me. That's the only one who can end me. And so he's not talking about God. He's not talking about the Most High God, Yah, or whatever. He's talking about Jehovah. He's not talking about Jehovah or anything. He's talking about the God of this world, Lucifer. That's the only one who can end me. Because when they sign their contract and everything, they sign and they can see they have their death date. Actually, I think it's Lucifer that writes it on their death date or something. Somebody does it. And they got a death date, and they know it. And only Lucifer is the one that's going to end him. But God can too if he wants. But, he's pretty much under Lucifer's. He's pretty much under Satan's control. And right there, and we seen more blessings than a Baptist, Ebenezer. Yeah, you've seen it's not blessings though, it's curses pretty much. You're getting power from demons, but they own you. And you get all kinds of power and stuff, yeah. But it's so temporary. And you get power when you're with God too, anyway, so. Of course you get more probably when you're high up, when you're a celebrity or an occultist or whatever. But it's way better to go to heaven, be with God, and have power up there, and you could, He says he's got the holy key, but it's not holy. It's satanic, it's a satanic key to the city. So only Jesus has the keys to Sheol, to hell. He's only got the keys. Nobody has a key to the city. But they say that in music now. DJ Khaled, and he always says he's got the keys and stuff, but now I was just gonna talk about every song on Dangerous Woman, Ariana Grande. I was gonna do this before, but I'm just gonna do it now. Just talk about the titles and what the meanings of the songs is here. So Moonlight, the first song, that's referring to the moon, because that makes no sense how she talks about her boyfriend calling her Moonlight. It just doesn't make sense to me or anybody. That would be a child of God. So Moonlight, that means the moon god, which is Allah, which is what the Muslims worship, and that puts you in hell. So there you go. That's worship to Satan, pretty much. And then Dangerous Woman, right in the name. She's dangerous. She's a destructive. She's like the goddess of destruction or whatever. She's gonna put you in hell. She's dangerous. Not a good path. Be alright. Uplifting, but not in a good way. Or not like it's all lovey dovey or whatever. Be alright. So she's like, we're gonna be alright. If you follow me, you'll be alright. Everything's gonna be alright. So it's just encouragement, but it's not good. Because you gotta be with God for everything to be alright. Into you is sexual. She's into, the guy is inside of her, inside of her vagina or whatever. She's into the phallic. you know, into you. It's intercourse is what it is. Into you. Side to side. That's about, she even admitted that it's about sex. And even during the whole video, that's what it's about. So, moving, you know, she had sex first, she got pounded so hard that she couldn't even walk, which isn't even really holy sex. If you're a child of God, you don't do that, you know. Let Me Love You. That's just a casual song about letting me love you. It doesn't have too much meaning. Of course, there's gonna be a song that doesn't have that much meaning. Greedy, you know, she says in the song she's not greedy for money, but she's greedy for love. It's not good to be greedy for anything, because greedy is one of the 7, I think, deadly sins. It's a bad sin. It's not good. Leave Me Lonely, so it's a depression song, like depressed. Every Day, that's all about having sex every day. So sometimes that song's all about, like, I don't even think sometimes I don't even think about letting go. And then she says, I don't even think about going nowhere. So she's not even thinking about anything. She just sometimes, whatever, she doesn't care. And then the song after that is I Don't Care. So she doesn't care where she goes. She doesn't care where she ends up when she dies. She doesn't care what she does. She just wants to live just like everybody who follows her, or anybody, like most of this world. They don't care. They just want to live the way they want to. That's what YOLO is. People used to always say that. Maybe they still do. Evil saying is what it is. It's evil. Bad decisions. Right in the name. She's making bad decisions. She knows it. That song's all about sex again, so ain't nobody gonna touch it. Because most people aren't gonna be able to touch her because she's a pop superstar. Nobody's gonna be able to touch her anyway, sexually or anything. Thinking About You. That song's all about lust. It's all about thinking about you, and she even says in the song, like, had my eyes rolling back, and she was like, she even says in the song, like, she's like thinking and stuff, thinking all kinds of sexual thoughts. It's all about lust, is what that is. She's not thinking about memories, thinking about you, like what people think it would be about. It's not, though. It's this whole album, you know, she's a Playboy bunny rabbit representing fertility, which is a sex symbol. Knew Better, Forever Boy. It's just about knowing better. 5 songs on the album, 5 out of 15 songs pretty much, that are about sex. And the rest are other sins, named other sins, like this one. And this, pretty much describing